How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and I have something very interesting to show you guys before I do get started. But basically today we are going to be running the Fuura and the Whirus on my hero, not my hero team, well I suppose it kind of is a hero team, but my Gogeta lead team. And before I actually get into it, I managed to find a very interesting friend. I don't know if he's going to pop up again, but I'm going to refresh this a few times, and I don't think I'm going to find it. Basically, I found a 100% LR Hercule, and now he just basically decided to disappear from my friends list. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day as always. And oh, there he is. There is. Oh, I can't believe it. I legit can't believe it. This dude actually went ahead and did it. Fair play to you. Well, play the game the way you want it to, of course. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great day as always. And if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. And of course, this is our team. We have Fuura, who I managed to pull dupes of, but I don't know if I'll give him any ability system investments. Of course, he does get that 70% attack boost, and because he is part of the category, he is going to benefit from the leader skill, of course. And the same applies for Whirus, who's actually an absolutely incredible unit. When it comes to damage and tanking, he isn't necessarily that great, but because he is a double orb changer, he is pretty damn good. So let's see what is going to happen here. We actually have both in the first rotation, but I am going to get rid of Fuura and just keep Whirus alongside Gogeta here, of course, because of the type disadvantage. And I have a few videos to make this Whirus still to come, because he is surprisingly better than some would think, including myself, of course. I didn't expect him to be that good. I thought his like the best, basically, to fully optimize him, you just have to use him on his respective team, right? I mean, that's pretty straightforward. But he may actually be optimal on a different team, surprisingly. That surprised me as well. Right, now let's see what happens here. Should be able to one-shot him because of the insane boost that we get from the leader skill, of course. And never mind. Okay, then. What can Fuura do? At least they kind of changed the super attack animation. Kind of. They tried with the sprite. I will give them that. Now, let's go with this. I'm surprised they didn't one-shot that with Gogeta, to be honest. Right, let's see what happens here then. Well, we should be able to take him out, of course. And I just realized how long a super attack animation actually is. And let me know your rankings in the Your rankings in the current world tournament, because I haven't really started at all. I may actually go ahead and stream it at some point later today, but I just haven't really felt motivated to stream it. So not stream it, but like just play it. I'm not particularly interested in the reward. I may just do the story missions. Like, I'm just gonna apologize now because I legit spoke up. I may just do the missions for the world tournament to get the orbs and the Kais, and then just leave it there, because I really can't be bothered to go through the B reward just because he isn't that great. So there's no point in me going for him. He will probably be added to the future, like summoning banner. I know the chances of me putting him on are great, but I'd rather do that instead. Like, they really need to make the rewards much better, or revamp the world tournament system, because right now it's just the most boring thing. Like, that's my honest opinion, and I have basically been able to get a hold of every single world tournament reward since the third one. I tried for the second one. The second one was my very first world tournament, but I just never managed to get my hands on him. So, well, that's the Kai Gohan, of course. And at this point in time, I do have every single world tournament reward, but this Boo, I'm just not really that interested in. And from what I've seen, a lot of people are going hard for him. So I'm just like, I'm just not going to bother, basically. Okay. But back to the showcase. Of course, we do have a type disadvantage here, but as soon as we get past this, I will be able to properly show the other guys off. Granted, Fuura doesn't have a type disadvantage, but they are both at Super Attack 1. Fuura is supposed to be a hard hitter. I don't know why he didn't get a rebirth, because this would have been a perfect opportunity for him to get a rebirth, but instead they just gave it to the fusion between Goku and Bardock, which is Barlot, I believe, or Baroto, depending on which translation you're going by. But yeah, it's a shame that they didn't rebirth all the other Dragon Ball Fusion units, because they could be pretty damn decent, especially on a team like this if you get them to Super Attack 10. But for some reason, they didn't decide to go down that route this time around, and he gets the additional attack. Thank you for coming. That is what I like to see. Finally, only a 30% chance for him to get the additional, and when he does get an additional, it can even be a normal attack or a super attack. So when it's actually a super attack, it's awesome. That's why I tend to prefer crits the majority of the time, just because when it goes off, it actually goes off. It's not like a half crit. Okay. And who do we have in this rotation? I have Whirus. Just look at the amount of orbs this man provides. I really want to see. And of course, he does... I mean, it's not his fault really, just because of like the character that he is. But in terms of attack links, like that is where he kind of falls behind. Just because, again, he isn't going to be hitting that harbor. His main use is going to be the orb changing. And of course, I will be showing that on a different team later on. But Fuura is actually not too bad, especially if you get into Super Attack 10. And I kind of wish I had the amount of Kais on my JP account that I do on my global account, because then I would probably get Fuura to Super Attack 10 and just see how well he performs on this team. But because I don't have that amount of Kais in my JP, I am not capable of doing that right now. Okay, gonna keep this man around. Of course, he does have Fused Fighters, so when it comes to linking in this team, he is going to be linking pretty well. Granted, like I said, he doesn't have the best attack link, so he is going to be slightly suffering, but it's not bad for the most part. So 160k, very similar to Whirus. So it's not bad by any means, but it's not necessarily great, especially when you are comparing it to Gogeta and Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, of course. But if you don't have any other good options, he is pretty damn decent. And again, if you get him to Super Attack 10, he is going to benefit a bunch. I may actually just go ahead and feed him the dupes that I pulled instead of just opening his paths, because there really is no point. I'm never going to give him any ability system buffs. I'm probably just going to focus on units that you normally wouldn't focus on. So, yeah, let's see if we can take him out here, because my Gogeta does have level 5 crits, but I don't have any dupes for him at all. In comparison to my global version, he is honestly not bad, but he just isn't on the same level, basically. But at least you have the leader skills on JP, right? At least we have the leader skills. And who's excited for Cooler? I definitely am. And the amount of people that I've seen summon for Boo and Gohan and not pull him is actually insane. I know that I got pretty unlucky, but that's expected of the game, right? But the fact that that many people couldn't pull him just says something. Like, really? Like, you legit haven't seen anyone pull him either? Something's a little fishy. I know it's just rates, but let's see what Gogeta can do here. And if Gogeta doesn't take him out, Gotenks probably will. And I still need to get my SDR Gotenks to Super Attack 10, of course, which I am currently working on. And I'm also going to do a video on that. Is he worth getting to Super Attack 10? Is that, like, was he worth the grind? And to be fair, when it comes to Super Attacking, Whirus does not make it hard, does he? Just look at those. Look at all those orbs. Okay, I want you guys to let me know which team you think he is optimal on, apart from physical, and this team in particular, because there is another team that he's actually optimal on. I don't think he's necessarily optimal on this team, but if you're on the Reddit a lot and you read some of the posts there, especially some of the analysis ones, you'll know. Pardon me, you will know what I'm talking about. So, if you guys just want to take a blind guess, or if you want to go on the Reddit or something to, you know, just basically let me know which team you think he is optimal on. It may surprise you, it may not surprise you, but it has something to do with an LR. That is your hint. Okay. And now, is Gogeta going to take him out? He is not going to take him out. I'm surprised he didn't counter that super attack. But of course, he isn't going to counter everything. It is a high chance, but that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. And look at all those orbs. Am I about to get a Dokkan mode here? Because I did just grab a ton of red orbs. And I am about to get a Dokkan mode here with Super Saiyan 4. No, not Super Saiyan 4. With Super Gogeta, an absolute beast. Honestly, at this point, I definitely think that he is the best Transcended Ultra in the game. I don't think it's debatable. The thing that kind of cements that point is the fact that he's just effective against all types. I think that's what does it, really. If I'm not mistaken, he's in the top 5 hardest hitters in the game. I think he may be 3rd. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am wrong. And of course, when you have additionals on this man, he's just an absolute madman. So, I think it's actually crazy to see how broken that effective against all mechanic actually is, even to this day. And it's the same with the counter mechanic. That mechanic is just never going to fall off, especially now that you can get a crit every single counter. So, it's just insane. I'll go ahead and put Whirus here. So, to be fair, like, when it comes, like I said earlier, when it comes to just, like, linking well, it's perfectly fine in terms of key links, but when it comes to attack links, he does kind of suffer a little. Because 170k isn't that impressive, and I would imagine that at Super Attack 10 he isn't going to be hitting that hard either, so it is a bit of a shame. He does get a defensive boost, so if you're interested in that, I suppose he's not too bad, especially if you debuff with Super Gogeta, but overall, like, when it comes to tanking and like his offensive capabilities, he is a bit of a letdown, especially when you consider who he is. This is supposed to be the fusion between Beerus and Whis, and it's just like, oh, okay, he actually isn't that great. So, alright, let's grab these with Fuura. Kind of said, like I said, Fuura, but that's not the point. Alright, now let's see what this man can do. To be fair, he is a good link partner for full power Frieza, but I don't see you using him on a physical type team anytime soon, especially if you have Cooler. So maybe if they ever release like a Frieza clan lead, then he would be very good. That's when he would be worth investing some orbs into. Right, let's aim for him, and then we have Whirus attacking Cooler, of course. I don't think Cooler is going to die next turn just because my Gotenks is at Super Attack 1, and my Whirus is at Super Attack 1 as well, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, we made progress. That's all that matters. And of course, he can't get the additional. Not like it would matter much anyway because of the type disadvantage. But he's dead. And now Whirus doing what he can. I'm surprised he didn't get at least a 100% attack boost. But they decided to go with the double orb changing instead. And that was such an interesting choice. Does that mean we're going to enter like another orb changing meta or something? I think I actually brought this up in my one of my different videos. And I'm just like, oh, that was dumb. I didn't even realize. Okay, he dodged it. I completely forgot about Over in the Flash. And he didn't get the additional. To be fair, we didn't take no damage at all, so it wasn't that bad. But, yeah, it was definitely a bit of a surprise to me that they made a double orb changer. And if I'm not mistaken, the Celsa is actually a double orb changer as well. I could be wrong. I think I am wrong, actually. I know the Tarball is a double... Is the Tarball the double orb changer? I don't think it's a double orb changer, but it's, like, crazy to see that they are bringing out units like this now. So, I feel like they are trying to hint at something. Maybe something that's coming up, or maybe it just doesn't mean anything at all, which is most likely the case. But I suppose we are going to find out in the coming weeks/months. Maybe Ultimate Gohan will introduce something interesting. I don't know. We'll see, basically. We shall see. Now, the Gotenks. Apparently, I think I'm wrong. He's not... Wait, I think I'm wrong. Because I was looking at the JP tier list, and I saw that Gotenks is no longer optimal. And I assume that it was this Gotenks, but I'm just going to take a guess and say that it's the SDR Gotenks, which I suppose does make sense. But, I mean, I don't exactly have too many great options when it... I mean, I have, like, the better units for this team, but I don't have the ones to just fill those slots here and there. For example, I don't have Pandel. There is one that I'm definitely missing, but I can't remember the name of right now. But Pandel is probably the main one. After that... There is definitely one more, but I legit can't remember. And now we have a type advantage here, so let's see what we can do here. 92k. In a previous meta, that amount of damage would have been impressive. What about Whirus? Can he step up to the plate? 91k. Nope. To be fair, he didn't take that much damage, and we surprisingly didn't get super attack. So I'm actually going to go ahead and seal him up here. And then grab these. But to give my final thoughts on both of these units when it comes to how good they are on this particular team, I'm going to say that Whirus doesn't exactly provide as much as he normally would on a physical type team, or, you know, the other optimal team, of course. And when you take a look at Fuura, he's just kind of there. You don't necessarily need him. Granted, I do have a very good team, so that's why I don't need him. You guys may have a better use for him, but I think if super attack level part, like, for the most part, is the reason why he isn't that useful to me. Just because I have a Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, of course, he hits super hard. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Gogeta, like, the majority of the time, these units are going to be, like, third units, like, the units that are in the third slot. But if you can get him to super attack 10, give him a decent amount of ability system buffs, I think that Fuura is definitely going to be the better, pardon me. I think Fuura is going to be the better of the two just because of what he provides overall to the team. But Whirus doesn't provide as much as he does on other teams, basically. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video as always. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.